Namaskar, welcome to Whitetail. Here we will explore why India is facing one of the world's worst drug-resistant bacteria crises, how misuse of antibiotic and poor hygienic practices are fueling superbugs, and what this means for our health and our future.
The rising tide of drug resistant bacteria in India paints a bleak portrait of the nation's healthcare system. Hospitals, once sanctuaries for healing, are becoming hazardous grounds. Picture a patient arriving desperate for relief from a simple infection, only to be met with the grim reality that no available antibiotic can combat the invincible strain of bacteria now thriving within their bodies. This isn't a distant threat. This crisis is unfolding daily, echoing through crowded hospital corridors and bustling pharmacies where antibiotics are dispensed like candy, oblivious to the implications. Every year, countless Indians face infections that stubbornly refuse treatment. These illnesses linger longer than expected, blossoming into severe complications that rack up medical bills and extend hospital stays. The consequences are dire, and many of these battles end in tragedy. The root of this nightmare stems from a cocktail of misuse and overprescription of antibiotics. It's a common scene. Someone with a mere cold is handed antibiotics, or a fever suddenly garners a heavy prescription, despite the fact that antibiotics are ineffective against viral infections. This routine neglect breeds the very superbugs that threaten public health. Within the walls of our hospitals, the situation intensifies. Overcrowded wards, anxious families, and staff stretched thin create the perfect breeding ground for resistant bacteria. Diseases like Klebsiella and Acinetobacter have become household names among healthcare professionals, notorious for their resilience against a plethora of antibiotics. Intensive care units and newborn wards become incubators for these tough pathogens where they proliferate uncontrollably. Patients who enter seeking help might inadvertently invite a deadly infection into their bodies, amplifying this silent crisis. The agricultural sector adds another layer to this health dilemma, where antibiotics are routinely included in animal feed, not to treat sickness, but to enhance growth rates. This alarming practice leads to an insidious cycle where resistant bacteria developed in livestock permeate our food chain through meat, dairy, and contaminated water. Each time we consume these products, we unknowingly invite these superbugs into our systems, ready to challenge even the most potent treatments available to us. In India, the use of antibiotics extends beyond the medical field into agriculture, where farmers apply them to fruits and vegetables to stave off infections and prolong shelf life. As these crops make their way to our tables, residues linger on the food we consume, a silent threat to human health. This practice is not merely a farming choice, but a ticking time bomb where antibiotic resistance is quietly gathering momentum, posing risks that could reverberate across generations. Regulations designed to govern antibiotic use in India exist, yet their enforcement remains perilously weak. Small-scale pharmacies often dispense antibiotics without proper oversight, and hospital audits are infrequent, allowing misuse to persist unchecked. Furthermore, the veterinary sector and farming practices lack rigorous monitoring, enabling a cycle of abuse that grows quietly without accountability. As these loopholes remain unaddressed, the consequences multiply, fostering an environment ripe for the emergence of superbugs. While bacteria evolve with alarming speed, the development of new antibiotics lags significantly behind. The pharmaceutical industry faces high costs and low returns on investments for new antibiotic discoveries, leading companies to divert their focus toward more profitable medicines. This shifting priority leaves healthcare professionals grappling with dwindling options to combat resistant strains. The race against time is not merely scientific. It is a critical battle for the very effectiveness of medical treatments available today. The awareness surrounding antibiotics and their use is alarmingly deficient among the general populace. Many people remain uninformed about how antibiotics function, leading to harmful behaviors such as sharing leftover medications or changing prescriptions without professional guidance. These seemingly minor actions have far-reaching repercussions, as countless individuals unwittingly contribute to the escalating problem of antibiotic resistance, with their habits rippling through communities. The implications of this crisis for India are staggering. Common infections may evolve into untreatable conditions, making routine surgeries fraught with danger and extending hospital stays unnecessarily. Consequently, healthcare costs could spiral out of control. We stand on the brink of a catastrophic reality where minor injuries or basic ailments have the potential to become life-threatening situations due to the loss of effective treatments. Yet this ominous future is not inevitable. It is born of human choices. By promoting responsible antibiotic use, enhancing hospital hygiene, enforcing stricter regulations, and fostering safer farming practices alongside public education, India can reclaim control over this crisis. A collective effort is essential to reverse this man made nightmare and safeguard a future where medicines remain effective and lives are no longer jeopardized.